Next time you drag me into a rat-infested tunnel, at least have the courtesy to tell me why. Your armor's getting rusty around the edges, my robes have seen better centuries, and we both smell like we've been wrestling skeevers. Which, technically, we have. When this little excursion is over, I'm demanding we find a proper bathhouse.
I know. I owe you good bathing in some nice bathing tub or pool. Look, darling, we found the center of Thieves Guild, the rugged flagon. It's better, I suppose, but there are rats everywhere on the floor.
I suppose that's improvement. And yes, this tavern is marginally better than wading through sewage, though the ambience leaves much to be desired. Rats scurrying about, suspicious stains on the floor, the distinct aroma of stale meat and desperation. It's practically a palace compared to where we've been.
Well, color me impressed, lad. I wasn't certain I'd ever see you again. So, now that I've whetted your appetite with our little scheme at the market, how about handling a few deadbeats for me? They owe our organization some serious coin, and they've decided not to pay. I want you to explain to them the error of their ways. Keerava, Bersi Honeyhand, and Haelga. Do this right, and I can promise you a permanent place in our organization.
So, now we're debt collectors for the Thieves Guild. Extorting money from honest merchants by threatening their families and breaking their possessions. How noble.
I could leave you behind until I solved it, Intimidation's debt collection. You don't need to be here to see it if you don't like.
Oh, I'm perfectly capable of watching you intimidate shopkeepers and smashers, darling. I've witnessed far worse in my centuries of existence. Besides, someone needs to make sure you don't accidentally turn this debt collection into a bloodbath. The way your fingers twitch near that bow when you're irritated. Let's just say I've noticed a pattern. I'll stay.
If you're looking for conversation, the flagon isn't the place.
I'm not here to hold your hand. Figure this one out for yourself.
Alright, almost nobody wants to talk with us here until we become full members of Thieves Guild.
At least the smell was better there. Though, I must say, watching you try to impress these entrepreneurs should provide some entertainment. Just think, from Dragonborn to debt collector in one easy step. Your legend grows more impressive by the day, darling.
I wouldn't call them entrepreneurs by my language, but if you put it like that, we are here to help their business, as you call it.
Help their business, he says. Such a charitable soul you are. Next you'll tell me extorting shopkeepers is actually community service. Just remember, darling, when you're smashing that poor man's urn to bits, you're not being a thug. You're providing valuable business consultation.
Alright, darling, let's solve easiest one, the shopkeeper.
Ah yes, the shopkeeper. Because nothing says heroic adventure quite like threatening a merchant over a few septims. Which one are we intimidating first? The one with the family we can threaten or the one with the precious firm we can smash? So many ethical choices. So little time.
What? Oh, it's one of you people. So Brynjolf doesn't even bother to show up himself anymore, eh? What's this message? Petty threats and fist-waving are not going to sway me. You people are all talk, and everyone knows it. You demand payment for protection, and you can't even protect yourselves. If I had it, I'd pay. There's no need to do that.
Just pay them, Bersi.
All right, I get it. I'll pay on time from now on. Just don't smash anything else. Here, take your gold, and leave me in peace.
Alright, darling, that was first one, already solved. Such elegance, don't you say?
Yes, absolutely breathtaking technique. Breaking a man's prized possession while his wife begs you to stop. Truly the pinnacle of elegance. I particularly enjoyed the part where he handed over his heart and gold just to make you leave. Very dignified. Shall we continue this noble quest by threatening the next shopkeeper? Or would you prefer to kick a puppy first to warm up?
You know, darling, I love you so deeply when you are teasing me and mocking me.
Of course you do, darling. Your peculiar attraction to mockery and sarcasm explains so much about your choice in companions. A vampire who teases you, a Daedra who belittles you, and now you're collecting debts for thieves who barely acknowledge your existence. You certainly know how to surround yourself with affirming personalities. I suppose next you'll tell me you find it arousing when shopkeepers tremble in fear of you. At least your taste in women is consistent. We all have sharp tongues and sharper daggers.
You know, we definitely need to have some private moments together. So very soon I need to punish your filthy tongue very soon. Don't you think that we deserve some privacy for some punishments?
Punish my filthy tongue, is it? Aren't we feeling dominant today? And here I thought you enjoyed my sharp wit and cutting remarks. But you're right, darling. We could both use some privacy. All this debt collecting and intimidation has you quite worked up, hasn't it? Perhaps after you finish threatening the remaining shopkeepers, we can find a quiet corner where you can show me exactly how you plan to silence my mockery. Just remember, I've had centuries to perfect my insolence. Your punishment might take quite some time to be properly administered.
Oh my, I wish you wouldn't have done that to my Bersi. It was a family heirloom, you know. Size, but what's done is done.
Oh,
I keep telling him to just pay the guilt and avoid the trouble. He gets so worked up about principles when it's our livelihood at stake. Are you collecting for Brynjolf then?
Oh, sorry, Drifa, I don't know that we are speaking with you. I was speaking with my darling. Sorry to bother you with such thing. We don't want to scare you with that broken urn.
No need for apologies. I couldn't help but overhear. Between us, I've been telling Bersi for months to just pay the guild their dues. Less expensive than replacing broken valuables, that's for certain. He's too proud sometimes. You and your companion seem close. It's nice to see you in these troubled times.
Yeah, we are very close, maybe also very
This is
open.
wonderful. We've certainly broken enough things together. And expectations, boundaries. Pride before practicality. At least you seem to understand how the world actually works. Wise woman, sometimes it's better to bend and break. A lesson your husband's learned the hard way.
Got the right of it, miss. My Bersi's a good man with a stubborn streak wider than the rift. Between us ladies, sometimes it's better to be practical than right. Been telling him for years, the guild runs this city whether we like it or not. Open, you say? That's refreshing. Most folk in Riften keep everything close to the chest, their gold, their secrets, their hearts. Makes for a lonely city sometimes. Been married to Bersi for 15 years now. We've weathered worse storms than the guild's demands. Oh, I do wish he'd stop fighting battles. He can't win. Sometimes love means knowing when to surrender, don't you think?
Surrender has its place, though I'd call it adaptation rather than defeat. My family spent centuries refusing to bend. Now, half of them are dead and the other half are miserable. As for openness, well, John and I have an understanding. When you've lived as long as I have, you learn that holding too tightly to anything, principles, possessions, even people, only leads to disappointment. Better to embrace the inevitable change than fight it.
Lived as long as you have? You don't look a day over 25, dear. But your eyes, they do seem older somehow. You speak true wisdom there. Adaptation, yes, that's the perfect word for it. Bersi called it giving in, but I call it living to fight another day. Family feuds can tear everything apart, can't they? Sounds like you've seen your share of stubborn pride. As for understandings between partners, well, that's between you two. In Riften, we learn not to judge how others find their happiness. Your understanding is your business, but discretion keeps trouble at bay, especially with talk of vampires and sentries. Some things are best kept between trusted friends, wouldn't you agree?
Vampires and centuries. I was speaking metaphorically, of course.
I hope
Though I'm
Brynjolf
curious,
chokes on
you
his
warn
gold.
us about Maven's spies while simultaneously demonstrating exactly how they operate. Listening to private conversations, making assumptions, then offering thinly veiled threats disguised as friendly advice. How considerate of you.
I forget something inside. Oh, fuck.
Quite the domestic scene we just witnessed. Makes me wonder if we interrupted something more intimate than a simple conversation about the guild's protection fees.
You know, I didn't want to disturb them.
But massages and taking care of everything. Quite the euphemism. Though I must say, Watching you break their family heirloom and then overhearing their intimate moment afterward was an unexpected sequence of events. First you destroy their property, then we witness their foreplay.
I think that they need to release tension after that our visit, same as me. I also needed to release my tension somewhere with you very soon to punish your naughty ass. What do you say?
I imagine breaking family heirlooms and threatening shopkeepers must build up quite a bit of tension. Perhaps we should find somewhere more private than the middle of Riften's marketplace for you to demonstrate exactly what kind of direction you have in mind. Though, I should warn you, after centuries of misbehavior, I might require quite thorough discipline.
Here for a room or something to drink? Show me. I've already told that buffoon that I'm not paying you people a single coin. Look around you. I'm barely keeping this rat hole together. The war's seen to that. Come on, give it your best shot.
Going out ode to Skyrim's truest sons and daughters. Come on. The Stormcloaks.
Please stop. I'll pay. Take it.
We drink to our youth, to the days
Now, what did you want? I already paid you.
It was quite fast. I brawl with her and
All hail to Ulfric.
defeat her in brawl.
Yes, I saw. Very impressive how you beat up an unarmed Argonian innkeeper. Truly the stuff of legend. I particularly enjoyed how the entire tavern cheered you on while you extorted money from a struggling business owner during wartime. Nothing says hero of Skyrim quite like shaking down lizard folk for a few septims on behalf of the Thieves Guild.
It's you. Please, don't hurt me.
So, we've moved from threatening Argonian innkeepers to Haelga's bunkhouse. How delightful. Are we here to shake down the local prostitute too? Or perhaps you'd like to smash her statue of Dibella for the Thieves Guild's important tasks. Nothing says Dragonborn comes quite like terrorizing every business owner in Riften. I'm positively thrilled to be part of this noble endeavor.
I know who you are. You've been terrorizing the entire city. Please, there's no need for that here. Message understood. Here, I even have the payment.
See, Serana, darling, it was quite smooth. This time we could go back to Brynjord with good news. What do you say?
And yes, terrorizing shopkeepers seems to be going quite smoothly for you. Congratulations. I'm sure Brynjolf will be thrilled to hear how you've successfully intimidated every business owner in Riften. Perhaps next we can rob some orphans or kick a few puppies to really round out the day. Your moral compass continues to impress.
Back in the fields, Dragonborn used to win gold in here.
You should start basing yourself here. We are standing in water right now.
Standing in water isn't quite the same as properly bathing, darling. But you're right. We're both filthy enough to make even the necromancers we've killed seem pristine by comparison. A proper wash is long overdue. Let me get these dirty clothes off and enjoy what passes for luxury in this town. You know, traveling with you has been quite the experience, darling. From fighting dragons to breaking shopkeepers' prized possessions to awkwardly interrupting intimate moments between married couples. Now here we are, filthy and exhausted in the seediest city in Skyrim. I've lived for centuries, but I must say, the last few weeks with you have been uniquely educational. I never thought I'd miss the damn silence of my crypt. Yet here we are.
Here for a room or something to drink? Show me some coin first. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
What shouldn't I do for you? I rented a room for us here.
Though, I suspect we won't be using it for much sleeping. Will we? Lead the way. I'm eager to see what kind of punishment you have planned for me. Oh yes, the innkeeper. I'm sure she's absolutely rushing to show us to our room. It's not like she has a tavern full of customers to serve or anything. But I suppose I can contain my anticipation a little longer. Tell me, darling, have you been planning this punishment for long? Or is it something you're improvising as we go? I do enjoy your spontaneity, though I hope you've put at least some thought into how you'll handle a vampire who's been misbehaving for centuries.
Alright, darling, we are here. We have this nice cozy room only for ourselves. Now let me show you, let me bend you over and punish your nicely shaped ass.
Oh my, aren't you eloquent when you're excited? 3 words for my posterior. How thorough of you. I appreciate the linguistic effort, darling. And yes, I've been quite naughty lately, haven't I? All that sarcasm, all those little defiances. Someone really ought to teach me a lesson about respect. Why don't you show me exactly how displeased you are with my behavior? I promise I'll try to be good, eventually.
Darling, promise me that you will behave like a good girl from now.
Behave like a good girl? Oh, darling, where would be the fun in that? I've spent centuries being rebellious. It's part of my charm. But I suppose I could try, for a little while. Though I should warn you, my definition of good might not match yours. Punish me just like you promised, darling. Oh, yes, just like that.
This is an ode to Skyrim's truest sons and daughters.
So, job's done and you even brought the gold. Best of all, you did it clean. I like that.
A tavern
Dumping
in a
bodies
sewer.
and keeping
How
the guards quiet
charming.
can be expensive.
I've lived for centuries, and this might be the most revolting establishment I've ever had the displeasure of entering. The smell alone is making me reconsider mortality. At least the rats look well fed, probably on whatever passes for food down here. Remind me again why we couldn't just meet your thieves in a nice, normal tavern above ground. One that doesn't feature OD sewage as its signature scent.
Well done. And it would seem I owe you something in return. Here you go. I think you'll find these quite useful. Judging from how well you've handled those shopkeepers, I'd say you've done more than simply prove yourself. We need people like you in our outfit. That's the spirit. Larceny's in your blood, the telltale sign of a practiced thief. I think you'll do more than just fit in around here. What's on your mind? We've run into a rough patch lately, but it's nothing to be concerned about. Tell you what, you keep making us coin, and I'll worry about everything else. Fair enough?